Hello, everyone. It is February 10th, 2026, part 2. We just had our minute of silence, and that flew by. Hello, Dawn's Pitch. Man of God. Nice to see you here. Hello, Zen Jammin. Hi, we just started, so God is all around us. And I want to say I appreciate all your comments, perspectives, and all your wisdom. Thank the Lord for all of this, because without Him, none of this would be possible. We'll start here in 1 second. Hello, DJ Edgy. Love must be sincere. Yeah, hate what is evil, cling to what is good. Yeah. Yeah, honor one another above yourself. Yeah, and that's really like the topic we're always hitting. Yeah. And be devoted to another in love. We're going to be covering all of this today. Yeah. So a good reason to have God in your life, and one of the fundamental reasons, is because you see something greater than yourself. Ultimately, it takes you out of your head. Okay? And then you reach that communion with God. Most people's problems are because they're stuck thinking about their desires or me. Yeah. So it's because the life inside of you, we have a thinking mechanism, and this can just overturn your own ship real quick. Okay. It can have you thinking that, like, you're better than everybody else. I am this God complex. Okay. But when you see that, and more so when you feel the life inside of you, it's the life everywhere. So you honor it. You put it above yourself. Yeah. Hello, Blossom. Yeah, that was. I really liked what you put. Add chili dog. I haven't seen you in a while, Blossom. Yeah, and the keep going on that actually dog. We tend to hate the person, but the person is just, the same life as us. What we really hate, okay, is not the person. It's their idea. Yeah. So what's evil is not the person, it's their way of thinking. Yeah. And the way of people, evil people, their thinking is usually that they are bigger than everybody else complex, or they'll be like, oh, I can do whatever I want because I am God. So yeah, usually evil people, at least some of them, they are well aware of God, but they are playing the role. Yeah. So, and that what ultimately happens is they harm other people because they think, oh, I'm allowed to. Yeah. So thank you, Zen Jamin. Hello, Leah. It's been definitely a rough couple days because couldn't eat anything. What do you mean, add chili dog? I love to see you here, Leah. How are you doing? Yeah. Do you believe target individuals are real? Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obviously, blatant, because if you keep like poking fingers at people who are evil, well, they're going to target you. So, yeah, yeah, for sure. But I don't put myself in a position for that. Okay. And I don't recommend doing that. So, free will to lie is that we are greater than our creator. Yeah, yeah. It's not even possible, right? We haven't started yet, but we will. A scrying mirror? Yeah, I mean, I actually heard of something about that like a month or 2 months ago. Yeah. So, like, kind of like a crystal ball. No, my father was not there. You believe in the Holy Trinity? Nice, Jaybird. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus Christ. So we're gonna start with. It's really for most people. the story. Yeah. Because to be right here, to be in the living presence, you have to drop your story. And this is the whole thing with anything when it comes to spirituality. We're really dropping the story. So, whatever the past is, however you got here, thinking about it is actually holding you back. Just from experiencing right now. So if we can just cut the story out, because we don't even need a story. This is freedom. Okay. I used to do this. I used to be a drug addict, or I used to follow maybe this religion. And it's just a story. Jason, the creator, is the biggest manipulator in this universe. What makes you say that? Hello, Daniel. Good evening. My day was not that good because I couldn't eat, really. Yeah. So, just being truthful. And as soon as I can eat, then all my problems will go away. Well, that is the problem. Jason, I'm surprised you would say that, because that's not typically you. But just a story, but not fair at all. Well, it's just not there anymore. I mean, it's not that it didn't happen or it did. It's to experience right now. There is no story. Yeah. As much as it sucks, it sounds, and some people like to pipe up their story, and their story becomes their inner dialogue. Yeah, I'm sober for 3 years. And yeah, it's not to say like it's whatever. I mean, good or achievement, but the story is the past. So the story is not your identify. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully it does, Daniel. Laughter benefits everyone. Yeah. Most people are so stressed they won't even like let out a chuckle. But that's our testimony of how Jesus. Yeah, I completely understand that, Caitlin. And there's nothing wrong with thinking about the past or something like that. But if we keep focusing on our story or a story, it's taking us from the living presence. Because the living presence, okay, which is Christ, God, life, it's right now. So you have to be here right now and not somewhere in a story in your head. Yeah. And to the living presence, which is God, life, it has to be felt. Okay. Thank you, at Chili Dog. Yeah. There's no one to blame. We can blame ourselves, which would be our troubles and our problems. Yeah. Other than that, there's no one to blame outside of us. I don't really know about Orthodox Christianity. We have overcome by the blood of the Lamb. Yeah. No matter what level your realization is. Hello, Euphoria. Well, the thing is, Jason, yeah, all the stuff that is done to us is because we've done that stuff to others. Yeah. So, like, all the rich people, they don't have to be rich, but people are like, oh, there's people that are above the law and they never have to deal with any of their consequences. They're going to have to deal with their consequences. Yeah. Because it's their own choice. Yeah. And this is not so much a realization, Jason, about, getting messed up so many times before. It's more so that past times we have done effed up stuff to people. We don't remember it. Okay. And that's why it comes back to us in this hard skull. Yeah. So, I mean, I definitely agree with what you're saying. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. But the good thing is we can rise above it. But Stoicism. Yeah, I mean, it can be very good, Pilot Guy. It can be very good. Yeah, I would say it's right nearby spirituality, right near before finding the meaning of life, for finding God. Yeah. Personally, I've never seen the devil. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. We talked about this, I think last night. We all are, Brenna, yeah. God. Ask Jesus to come live in your heart. Amen. Yeah, consciousness. Yeah. All your thoughts, they go with you when you die. And your last thought, so your last thought is going to dictate everything that happens when you die. This is why, the focus on the Lord when you die, and even better, which is having no thoughts, because then you already realize this, then you're already be in God's presence. Yeah. Because God's presence is actually right here, right now. Hello, Saxon. I feel it right now. And you can feel it too, Deceased. Yeah, yeah. If you can feel your life, that's how you know. It's not an emotion either. It's not oh, I feel this way about how that car looks. No, it's to be alive is positivity. To be alive is the best feeling in itself. So anything you're searching for is a bunch of BS. Simply because you being alive is the epitome of life. You can't get anything outside of this. Algorithm keeps giving you God isn't real, prove me wrong type of stuff. Is this that type of stuff, Prion? No, I haven't made my own God. Yeah. Life has always been here. And it simply is always live. Okay? They say it's eternal. Yeah. No, there was a lot of sun here, Euphoria. And I melted a lot of the snow. Never thought of it that way. That's beautiful. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Yeah. Shame the ideas. Which God is real? It's the God that gives you life. Yeah. It is life. Yeah. One thing applies. Yeah, there really is only that life. Jesus is God in flesh form. Thank you, Blanket. No, whoever's talking about being saved was trolling. Jamal, yeah, I mean, you seem to always focus on that every time you come in here. So. actually die in space most of the time. A man reaps what he sows. Nice. Yeah, your whole life is your making. Thank you, free to go. TS Blanket. Do you believe the devil can deceive you into believing you have the right answer? In your mind, for sure. In your mind, for sure. This is the feel of life. And anybody and you can feel this. It's not even a debate. It wouldn't even be an opinion. Yeah, you would just feel this life. What's keeping you alive. So this wouldn't be a belief. Okay, this is who you are. Yeah, but all the evil people, yeah, for sure. They're going to deceive themselves. They're going to think, we talked about this in the very beginning. It's always going to be about me, me, me. So you'll harm life and do whatever. And the devil will definitely deceive you, but you will feel that it's wrong. And ultimately, you'll know it's wrong. And the devil will feel, there'll be a certain feel to it, which will be fear. Thank you, Osamas. I would have told, hello, Midwest Mike. Hello, Drawa. Drawy. We killed both God. Thank you, Riza. I don't know why it keeps showing me this YA symbol on my phone. It's like in people's comments. Yeah. Is everything gone? Yes, everything's connected to the source. It has to be seen, to be live. Yeah. We're supposed to become pure. Yeah. Getting outside our bundle of thoughts. Yeah. Getting over our selfish desires. Some people have, usually by fulfilling our desires. That doesn't usually happen all at one time. And we're supposed to become God-like. Okay. Godly. The example would be Jesus Christ. Or a prophet. DCs. I'm not being deceived because it's not an idea. I don't know what worldview you're talking about. Yeah. Because all there is life. And to feel this life, the God-giving life, yeah, it's all you need to know. Yeah. You think we're all in trouble, Daniel? Yeah. Well, God's already here, so yeah. We are here for a specific reason. God says question everything. I like that. No one's never really heard anyone bring that up. Do you know the book of Enoch? My mom showed me it, but I didn't read it. A couple months ago. Yeah. And I don't know if that's in the Ethiopia Bible, but I don't really know nothing about it. Hey man, I'm at work, but just want to stop in. That's so beautiful, Duty. Have a great day at work. And bless everybody around you and everything. Same with all you guys. We're all in this loving existence. Can women preach? Well, that's exactly what Magdalene was doing, and specifically the Bible. Yeah. So they somewhat erased her, but women can definitely preach. You don't have to call it preaching. Yeah. So man is not stronger than a woman. Yeah, they're created equal. Yeah. I actually had somebody who was devoted in Christianity, and an older lady, and she's like, the Bible says we women can't preach, so I'll just give you my opinion. Yeah. Which it's like, no. We actually need more women in the world to rise up. We've been talking about this lately, such as women for presidents and women leaders, because the masculine has overpowered most of the world. Okay. Yeah. So, and it's not only like a woman, it's the masculinity in a man and in a woman. The masculinity has taken over, and not the femininity side has been suppressed. It's been made for you to fear, yeah, by some organizations. This is well done on purpose. because it's back to that stronger me. I can be aggressive and yada, yada, yada. The ultimate goal, Iron, is to feel your life. And that is feeling God. And the devil, I can't say, well, the devil and God has both show their power many of times. Yeah, God shows it through what you would call catalysms. Just by making the sun go up. Whatever you want to debate, looters. David Jenkins, you can take the free course, which relieves depression, at fiz.guru. You keep doing it, and you're going to feel 100% better. Thank you, Quentin. How many have this preconceived notion of probably a lot of people, you, Anisha. Yeah. Thank you, Euphoria. The smoking is on your mind, GT. Something you know nothing about. Do you believe everything thanks for being here, Midwest Mike. That everything everywhere is supposed to happen? Well, as all of us were letting it happen, most people just are unconscious or unaware. And yes, everything is supposed to happen because it just is. Even if we say it's not supposed to happen, it's still happening. So, yeah, it would be up to us to change it. God allows everything, but what an actual reset is when he wipes out evilness because it's raised to a peak. The evil people, they're usually controlled by negative energy in the spiritual world. They're not really being controlled here. So it's like they have puppet strings for what you would call, negative force, negative energy. So they're aligning with that at this time. And yeah, these evil people, they've been around for a long time. They usually get stuck, and so they know the in and outs of life. So they know about the resets that God does. They know about these resets, these catalysms that are going to happen. That's why they get scared. Yeah. So that's why they talk about resets. Yeah. Have the gates to heaven been open? Maybe. The Watchers, Like the Anunnaki. Okay. The Nephilim, but hello, little D. If Jesus made an appearance. If Jesus made an appearance, people would want him to solve all of their problems. But you would never learn a lesson. Yeah. And therefore, even if Jesus did show up, what would happen? You would want to feel something. You would feel the love from him. Yeah. He'd probably push you to motivate you to do better too. Yeah. You can't. How could Jesus take away your problem? Like if he came and showed up here, if the problem is your idea, therefore you're creating your own problem. Yeah. So if Jesus did show up, what you would want from him, what would you want to retract? Well, you would want to feel God. You want to feel of love. Why do you go hang with your friends? Because you want to feel something. Yeah. Why do you play poker? Thank you, shoe boy. The Great Rebellion. Yeah. Sarah, Rebecca, Ruth, all prophesized. Hello, Strawberry Mira. It's putting like weird, like a YA symbol in some of your comments. I'll screenshot it. My YouTube app might need updated. You will not be here anymore. Yeah, you're still going to be alive. Yeah. God's life does not die. Yeah. So God does not die. And through him, the living source, you cannot die. Jenny comes in here. Jenny's been in here before to attack me. That's why I'm not answering her questions. Yeah, aggressive action just makes you angry. Hello, JB Bounds. Steve Morrison. Yeah, God gave us free will and we're meant to love him freely. Children having cancer, they're not thinking about it. Children having cancer at so young of an age, they haven't developed awareness yet. Depending on how young. the children are already with God because they haven't developed, what is it, the frontal lobe. They're already in God's essence, and they don't have an identity. They're not thinking me. Children come here to teach a lesson to the people that they're around. Yeah. That would be the point of them having cancer. They are teachers. Strawberry Amir, are you asking me? The pickles are God. Yeah. That's just your idea about it, I wrong. But you should see God in everything. That's when you start to better yourself. Yeah, add chili dog. That's a great statement. You look to the parents for that reasoning and not God's will. Looking to the parents. Hello, SRT Nosh. People can use magic, but that's like very far-fetched and weak. Yeah, because God is stronger than all of that. Yeah, God's always in control. If you were made a millionaire today, you would probably forget God. Yeah, thank you. Jesus Christ is King. Have no fear, I am with you. Hello, Crazy K. Nice to see you here. What do you consider the supernatural? Yeah, that's not the way to see it. That's not the way it's not. You can say you're missing the point. I'm wrong. Yeah. The feel of your life is the only thing that's real, Tegan. Most people can't feel their life. They don't. Yeah. You could you could even say it's sad. That's the only thing real. Everything else is just an idea. Whether you're arguing, debates, the only thing that would be real to you would be what you would feel. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people there's a bunch of reasons why people want him to come back. I would say one of them is because people are lazy and they're not taking action. Yeah. So that's people like, oh, I don't want to do anything. Someone else can do it for me. Christ is going to look at you like, yeah. Yeah, they're not a human emotions. Yeah, we're not talking about emotions. If you meant God, then you'd feel the best in the world. And you would do something about whatever you would need fixing or problems. It ends with a thought too, Andrew White. Yeah. To think that you're always in thought is a lie. Because you can actually be without thought. Which is it's free. This is when you become aware of the feel of God, aware of life. It's always going on. Yeah. You're just not aware of it. But when you're stuck in thoughts, you don't feel the life that you are. Yeah, it's not an emotion. Some people want to, oh, you're talking about emotion. No, it's you're just completely devoid of everything we've been saying. Yeah. Just think if you created a life, or if you did live a life, living the life, being it, being life, it is the life. It is the experience. There can be nothing outside of this experience. Okay. You cannot feel better than life itself. The Lord of this domains must be stressful deception. Yeah. Hello, Jimmy. I'm not sure if you were asking me that personally, Strawberry Mira. If you kept falling down, we'll make it easier. What is it though that's making you fall down? Yeah. Yeah, TSB blanket. It's free will to love God. Reddit's more reliable than the Bible. Jimmy, yeah, I've actually read the four agreements by, what is it, Ronald Rodriguez or something. Yeah, the Four Agreements. It's a very popular book, but I don't know too much about the Toltec path. I do know a little bit though. It's probably very similar. I mean, my everything I'm saying is similar with everything else. It's yeah. People just have their different way of explaining things. Just because you read a quote from, let's say, Toltec wisdom doesn't mean you understand it. Just because you read the best quote from the Bible and you think it's the best doesn't mean you put it into experience. But let's just say someone comes along and they explain it in a different way, a different how. And you may actually feel it. So the whole point of the Bible was for you to feel your life. Do you understand how that could be a hard thing for the Bible to bring amongst the people? Because feeling alive is the greatest thing ever. This is why you never really get to anything. Yeah. Because most people run into problems because there are no problems. Yeah. We create our own. Yeah, some people do say that, Andrew White. You have a godly people to surround you. Thank you. We're going to be getting out of here very shortly. Hello, Steve Ellis. It might sound contradictory, Tegan, but just close your eyes and let all opinions and unbiased. Just be unbiased. It's more so to feel this. She's an unbreakable beauty. There is no control. Yeah. As soon as you let go trying to control, you align with how God acts. Yeah. Controlling is what gives you tension. Letting go is when you're free. The difference would be when you're free, then you just feel like spectacular, exciting happiness. You also don't fight with anyone. Yeah. You're not looking to go like hate on someone or be negative. Controlling would be you have an identity that you need to control, that you have to live up to. And more so you'd be in fear. You'd be in fear and you had insecurities. You're going to lose something, someone, but there's nothing to lose. Yeah. So the difference between controlling would be you're feeling fear, and letting go would be feeling light, freedom. positivity. It depends what it is specifically, Strawberry Mira. And where you guys put so many comments. You haven't finished lunch yet? Well, what was it? Problems all created in your mind. Any problem is just because you're thinking about it. You're calling it a problem, drop kick. Therefore, you're making it a problem. To live the role play of you through you. Yeah, true. That's true. You're having Subway. Okay, that's interesting, Snoopy. I was reading this chat. There's if you scroll up, there's way many comments before. Yeah. People think that because you comment, there's like hundreds of comments before yours. And right before you came in, the comments were slower. My favorite song is probably some newer songs that I've heard recently, but I don't know the name of them. My stepdad used to work for Pepsi when I was younger, so I drank pop all the time. Yeah. I don't really drink pop anymore, Midwest. It depends what you're calling the supernatural. If you're talking about God, you found out today. Hello, Kevin. We talked about Mary Magdalene. Yeah, in the beginning. Mary understood the best. Yeah, why is she never really talked about? Yeah. And why is Jesus's age from what, 13 to whenever he came back? Yeah, why don't they have that down? Why would they have everything else? Isn't that, yeah, you have the before, some of it, and you have the after. But I mean, the middle is just as important. I hope you enjoy your Subway, Steve Ellis. I never ate Cool Ranch Doritos. Hello, Bad the Mind Soul. All right, well, the Roman Church hit it. Yeah. If people that agree that Satan, has influence over this earth, which I'm not saying he does or doesn't, but if you do believe in that, then why would you believe that? To me, then believing that they gave you everything in scripture, that's like a big like red flag. Because if you know there's evil all around, I would be very, suspicious of why are the, as we just talked about. So if you do believe there's evil on this earth, and if you see this, then I'd be very cautious of everything that you take in. Yeah. I'm just saying, because, again, they've rewritten the Bible, which is supposed to be as the perfect word. Yeah. And if there's evil on here for hundreds of thousands of years, well, yeah. Yeah, the Jesus has been written in other places. That's true, Daniel. That's very nice, Steve Ellis. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we're going to be getting out of here. Not sure what you mean, Marie. God bless all you guys. I'm grateful for the hour. Yeah. Thank you, Daniel, at Chili Dog. Yeah. But I don't think like about the devil get right. So, yeah. I've never actually had the devil on my mind. Yeah, I mean, I heard about the Hollow Earth like 11 years ago. Yeah, I was real into it. I know about Arnold or whatever, Arnold Harrit, whatever his name is. Yeah. Yeah, I heard about that stuff like 11 years ago. But I don't think the devil is the ruler of this world, get right? Because life is always life. It's always living. And God runs the whole show. So it wouldn't make sense that devil would roll here and God would roll somewhere else. Yeah. So yeah, negativities definitely have an influence on this world, or more so on the person. Thank you, Dawn's pitch. I missed some days, Kevin. I missed some days, but that's because of my body, and I can't wait to start congregating in real person. Yeah. But I love just as much as being on here. I mean, it's completely a different experience. Thank you, you. I've been watching it recently. Yeah, I mean, a lot of the truth in these upcoming years is going to be coming out. So, yeah, I'd say it's definitely a possibility. I just don't really think about it anymore, because if it was my main goal, well, then that would be my main goal, and when I set a goal, I go do it. Most people don't. So that's not my main goal. So it doesn't even cross my mind, really. Yeah. If I go home from work. Yeah. Yeah, Steve Ellis. Thank you, Kevin. God is control of the universe. Yeah. Thank you, Bad the Mind Soul. Yeah, I only seen like 2 of your comments. I don't know. God bless all you guys. God bless you, Kathy. Steve Ellis. Euphoria. So tomorrow we'll probably be on at 7 a.m. Eastern time. And maybe at night 6 p.m. I might try to come on at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you all for being here. Let's thank God for your existence. Thank God for everything. And keep spreading. Be aware. You have to be aware when you're talking to other people, yeah, how are you feeling? Because that's what you're going to create. Yeah. Thank you, Daniel. You think YouTube is off? Well, this morning it like lagged out for 5 minutes. It didn't lag on my side, Euphoria. Yeah, and it just stopped. I mean, I was continue going. I didn't know because like everyone got kicked out. But then everyone came back in, so YouTube, like it's always causing like these finical glitches and problems. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sorry about that, Euphoria. Thank you, Get Right. I feel like taking a lot of time. Well, that just means you want a lot of time with you and God. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, once you're in God's presence, you're going to be so amazed. You're not going to want to do nothing. That's why I say sometimes do nothing. Yeah. And actually focus on God. Because we never give the time. We never give the time for God. I don't know the high watch you. Okay, well the eclipse, yeah, it's gonna be a special time. You're looking for Valentine's. Hello, McDubo. Kevin, if you were around me, or if I would set you up with somebody. Yeah. Hello, Grua Health. It's God is always here, Kathy. It's our efforts. So when we focus on Him all the time, and when we make Him the top priority, then we'll do whatever it takes to find God and feel His presence. Then it happens. The bank is out right now? Wow, that's crazy. Wow. Yo, when you feel the most free, it's bad, the mind soul. I'll see all you guys. You guys were cracking me up at the end. Quack, quack. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Kathy. God bless all you guys. See you later, Bad the Mind Soul. See you later, Guru Hilf. You're all blessed to be living this life. So, see you.